And good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and germs. Welcome to the Lavenia Success Mastermind for this Wednesday, January 20th, 2021. I am your host today, Glen Henderson. So great to see all of you. Well, now let's see who's here. For crying out loud, it is Linda and Suzanne. Neil, where's your better half, Neil? Okay, she's on her way. Yeah, Carl, what's happening? Daisy and Evelyn, Sandra, Cyril, my man. Coral, nice to see your smiling face, ma'am. And Lieutenant Colonel Riggle, and of course she, who must not sleep, Ivier, is with us. We're so glad. And yeah, Ivier holding it down. And of course, oh, I'm so thrilled because the money lady has just shown up. Money Mama, Lindsay Dollar, good to see you. And the man, the myth, the Godzilla, John Lavenia, the starter of it all. Good to see you, my friend. A little housekeeping before we get really into it. This is our general session, hospitality suite right after this, 2 p.m. Eastern time today. Books for Britain with our good friend, Mandy Anderson, Life and Business Tools at 6 p.m. Eastern time with Adrian Garner. And then this evening, your humble and obedient servant, 9 o'clock, Networking Magic. Oh, by the way, another little bit of the housekeeping, just to let you know in advance, 1 week from today, that is Wednesday the 27th, you may be seeing slightly less of me because it's my birthday. It'll be my birthday and it's going to be a huge one. So I'll probably see you and say hello on the morning general session. And that's going to be it because Paula will say, all right, that's enough, fool. It's time to start celebrating. So next Wednesday, plan to see me in the morning general session. So now with that said, let's get into part 2, shall we? What are you talking about, Henderson? Part 2 of what? Well, you were with us last week. Wait, you were with us last week, right? So you recall we were talking about a pretty deep subject. Hey, Susie, thanks for joining us. Edward, welcome. We were talking about a big, deep subject. That is 4 questions that could change your life. Anybody remember what the 4 questions are? Put your hand up. Put your hand up. Tell me. Unmute yourself. Tell me what's the first question. What was the first question? Coral, I saw your hand first.
What do I want?
What do I want? Suzanne saw your hand. What's the second question?
What are you willing to give up to get it?
Excellent. Nicely done. Somebody show me another hand. Who remembers the third question? There you go, Mandy. Go for it. What's the third question, Mandy?
Are you willing to associate yourself with people who can help you to get what you want?
No.
And are you willing to leave them who are preventing you getting what you want? It was a 2-part question.
Exactly. Oh, nice pickup. Way to remember that. And the fourth question, where's a hand? You know what? I'm about to put somebody, man, wait. Lindsay Dollar. What's the fourth question?
Do you have a plan?
Ooh.
Are you willing to get started?
Nice. Do you have a plan, and are you willing to at least get started working your plan? So now we went into some discussions about this, and it got so deep and went so hard for so long that somebody made a fabulous suggestion. Said, well, hey, wait a minute, Glenn. Let's carry this over into the second week. And it's a fabulous thing because, you know, we wanted to have a chance to give everyone a chance to really think this through. Because as we said, these are the kinds of questions, the answers to which can absolutely change your life. Agree? So yes, indeed. I would like to do this. This is kind of a personal topic for everybody. And so I want to spend this time today with me not doing a lot of talking, if you know what I mean. Because hopefully, if we were paying attention last week and we were really getting into the spirit of it and really committing ourselves, you spent some time this week thinking through some of your things that you want, some of your goals, some of your targets, and some of the things that you're willing to give up to get what you want, and the people you're willing to both associate with and remove from your life in order to move you forward, and the plans that I'm confident you have already begun to formulate. I'm going to sort of pause right now and ask concerning the first question, concerning question number one, what do you want? I'm going to ask for one of us, for whoever is willing, to put your hand up and share with us one thing. You probably have a list. I'm sure you do. One thing that you want this year. And it's going to take a little bit of courage. It's going to take a little bit of stepping outside someone's comfort zone. Share with me one thing that you want this year. Mandy, you're up. What do you want?
Hi, Glenn. As it was myself who said we should come back this week, I think I should go first. No, it's only fair for everybody else. Just one thing. Okay, I've got down that what I would like to have, what I want this year is a long-term relationship. Because a long-term relationship for me is going to feed into some of my other things that I need. Though I haven't been on my own for about 15 years. I need to focus on a long-term relationship, but someone who shares my values, someone who shares some of my dreams, understands the Amazon area, so they aren't going to say, oh, that's too small, why are you doing that? Because it's not, or criticize me for it. And someone with a growth mindset, because I don't want to go into a relationship with somebody who then comes down to number 3 and then I have to remove them because they're not the sort of person that I want to associate with, so that that person hopefully will link into everything. And that's
That's what you want. A long-term relationship of commitment with someone who shares your values. Fantastic. Fantastic. Holy moly. How many of us have thought about that during the course of our life and said, yeah, you know what? That's what I want. That's the kind of relationship that I want, where we are working together, where we find, one of the highest compliments that Paula and I have received over the years, people say to us all the time, well, you guys, you make such a great team. Well, that's what it's all about, isn't it? You want a teammate, a running buddy. Mandy's looking for her ride or die. As the saying goes. Who else? Anybody else? And I understand this is a very personal thing. Mr. Lavenia.
Hey, I got one.
Go for it.
And the way that you asked the question, of course, is very simple. What do you want? And so that makes me think, do I really know? And so I've got some ideas, but I don't have definiteness on some of these things. So one thing that I want this year is to buy a property. Where's that property? Well, I got these choices. Am I exactly sure? What am I looking to spend? I don't know. Or I should say, what am I looking to invest? Right? Is this housing bubble about to pop? I think so. I don't know. So there's a lot of I don't knows around that. So I know you're not asking me for all my considerations about it. You're just asking, what do I want? And I want to get a property this year.
Well, thank you, John. You know what? You bring up a very important point, actually, John, in that the process of clarifying what I want necessarily involves walking through all the considerations. And okay, is it this that I want? How much? Where? What type? When do I want? All of this is all included in the what do I want. And so I would suggest that, at least in my thinking, that until I've clarified all of those considerations, and is it A or B? Is it X or Y? Is it 3 or 4? You see what I mean? Until I've clarified all of that stuff, then I don't yet really have clarity on what I want. And it sounds to me like you are already pretty far down this road because, you know, like you're going through all of the details. And once you get there, I have no doubt that your goal, that target is going to be crystal clear for you. Fantastic. Fantastic. Who else? Well, I'll tell you, I'll share one of mine. I'll share one of mine. One of the things that I want this year, 2021, is I want to come to New Year's Eve 2021 weighing 60 pounds less than I do right now. In shape, fit, not just skinny, but lean, fit, back in shape. I intend to be in better shape at 60 years old than I was at 50 years old. Maybe in better shape than I was at 40 years old. So that's one of my things that I want, and it's crystal clear for me. I have an exact number in mind, and I have an exact date when it's done. So there you go. Who else? Who else? One more, and then we'll move on to question 2. One more. What do you want? What do you want? You understand? I should explain why I'm hammering on this. Question number 1. What do you want? The reason is that I think I'd mentioned it last time. Most people live their lives in a kind of, what's the old saying? Quiet desperation. Most people live their lives milling about on this sort of plane of mediocrity. And why? Go ahead, John. You're still muted yet, John? Oh no, he's having another conversation. Most people kind of live their lives being mediocre, right? There's a favorite quote of mine. Here it is. William O. France, who said, "On the plains of hesitation lie the bleached bones of millions who, within grasp of victory, waited, and waiting, died." So don't wait. Most people end up there, figuratively speaking, among the bleached bones because they never, ever figure out exactly what it is they want. They're waiting around for their life to happen to them. Please, I implore you in the name of all that's holy, do not wait for your life to happen to you. Decide what you want, first of all. So, we clear on that? Question number 2. Oh boy, now we're about to take the sharp knife and start cutting a little close to the bone. What are you willing to give up to get what you want? Whom are you willing to remove from your life? What and whom that is currently preventing you from getting what you want? Talk to me. Ego, talk to me.
Okay, so for me, for one of my biggest goals for this year is time freedom, right? Sorry, just put this thing on. It's time freedom, and because of my nature, I make myself available to to lots of people, family, friends, colleagues, and I'm okay with that when we're on the same wavelength, same mindset. However, I have this one person who is very draining, and they would get on a call and just basically zap everything out of me. So we end up being on a call for 3 hours, making a big deal of nothing. But my nature is to support, to lend help and all of that. But, and like people around me have said, don't you realize what's happening? They don't want your solution when they need to dump on someone, they call you, right? So I made a decision 2 days ago to basically kind of thinking about, these questions. I made a decision, as difficult as it would be, because, we're in a lockdown, most people I know are busy or focused, I would say, just like I am, or I want to be. But then there are people who just have time to do nothing. They just kind of waste time. And this person is one of them. So when I have time to kill, I might just call, see how they are. And I end up being on the phone for a long time and I can't get away. I can't get a word in edgeway. So I made a decision 2 days ago that I would cut this person from my life. This person got in touch today and kind of sends a message, kind of triggering something, and I actually didn't respond. So would ask how was your treatment yesterday? I said, fine. And then they basically made a comment, like a leading, kind of pulling me in. I didn't respond to that. I just said, my treatment yesterday went fine. Thanks for asking. And that's it. But I've made that decision. It's very hard. I've known this person for 16 years. So.
Wow. Okay. So here's a question for you, Ego. By the way, that's huge. Being able to make that choice. Someone, particularly with someone that you've known a long time, being able to make that choice, it's huge. And I don't mean huge good. I don't mean huge bad. I mean, it's huge. So the question I have for you is, when you got to that point, thanks for asking, click. How did you feel in that moment? What did you feel?
I actually felt liberated. I felt I've led this person on. I've let them steal my time, right? And if I value my time as much as I say I do, then I ought not to allow this person to take so much. And the way that I've kind of led into it in the past was, I would lead the conversation with, I'm taking a break, I only have 20 minutes, and they would just rush through everything. And when I'm not specific, they just keep going. And I don't want to be rude or disrespectful and say, I have to go now, right? But then that time, once it's gone, you can't get it back. So I kind of felt liberated. And I also felt it's something I should have done sooner. Yeah.
I gotcha. So you made this huge choice and you felt a sense of liberation, like something maybe was lifted from your shoulder. Catch this, team. Catch this. Ego just removed from her life someone that she's known for nearly 2 decades, and she didn't even die. Note to self. Thank you, Ego. Suzanne, how are you? What's on your mind?
Well, as it's a week of stepping out of my comfort zone for me, I have a similar situation to Ego. I have a friend here who doesn't work and has time on her hands, and she called me 20 minutes before yesterday's session. So I looked at the phone and thought, no chance. I'll never get off in 20 minutes. So I haven't called her back because I know it's an hour of my life I'll never get back. But she is a friend, and in better times, we do socialize together. I'm not willing to cut her out of my life. What I will do is pick a time to call her back when, probably in the evening, a bit later, like after dinner, when she probably doesn't want to chat for an hour. So I admire you, Ego, but I'm not there, not with this one.
That's really interesting that you mention it that way, Suzanne, because I think it, and thank you for being so transparent and sharing that. I do think that it illustrates a principle that comes to mind with this, and that is in the choice to, particularly with regard to relationships, there really is no right or wrong. There's no good or bad. I'm getting, if I read correctly, if I understood correctly what you said, Suzanne, I almost had the sense that you felt or feel that you should, based on what we're talking about, maybe you should remove this person, but you're not willing to at this time. Am I in the ballpark, something like that?
I'm not willing to, because it's if she was a negative person, it might be different. So how she is not the problem. The problem is, I know she's bored, so when she gets on the phone, you know, it can be an hour.
Yeah. And that's perfectly cool. What the point that you brought into my mind is that it's perfectly groovy to keep this person in your life. And you're seeing, you're feeling the baggage, if you like, that comes with conversations with this person. I heard of a book which I never actually read. It was published many years ago, a book called Boundaries. Anybody ever heard of it? And since I've never read the book, I won't comment on it. What occurs to me is something that Ego just said. It implied is that perhaps it might work for you, Suzanne, you know, with this person, the minute the phone rings, if you're deciding to talk with her, you know, the 5 magic words, I only have a minute. So you're setting the parameters of the conversation right up front. Will that work?
I can try it.
Well, see, this is it. It's worth a go. It's worth a go. So what else? What are you well, I'll tell you this. I mentioned my what do I want? Let's go with that. 60 pounds off of me. I'll tell you what I'm willing to give up. I can't believe I'm about to say this. Fried food. From now till New Year's Eve. Well, let me modify that a little bit. I'm willing to give up fried food today. Don't ask me about tomorrow. I'm willing to give up fried food today to help me get to 60 pounds lighter. Is that close enough? Because hey, what like Alcoholics Anonymous, you know, in the car, like today. I might drink tomorrow. I don't know, but I'm not going to drink today. You know, I might roll straight into the Popeyes chicken, get me a bucket first thing tomorrow morning. Today, no fried food. I figure that's good enough for me. Somebody else tell me about something you're willing to give up before I lose my mind thinking about some fried chicken. Come on, please. Somebody tell me something you want to give up. You are prepared to give. You know, I'm fitting to put somebody on the spot, and I know he's accustomed to it because he spent an entire career being on the spot. Lieutenant Colonel Riggle, what you willing to give up, brother?
Well, I'm not willing to give up fried chicken. I'm sorry about that. Sorry, brother, but that ain't.
Well,
I have to be realistic too.
Come over to the house. You can have mine.
I tell you what, I have given up significantly, and it is a bit of a stretch sometimes, and that's alcohol. Now, I delve very intermittently. Usually, if there's something that's kind of a, you know, like a Christmas or New Year's, and it's just you know, something in celebration, but. Now that is not me 20 years ago, 30 years ago, that was a totally different story. But yeah, so, and why am I giving that up? For the same reason you're doing what you're doing. And I'm working with Therese, and now I have another accountability guy, and that's Neil. So you know, that's what we're doing is, you know, and nipping away at it a little bit, not binging. And I don't mean binging eating. I mean binging and trying to go too fast, too quickly, on the other side and taking it off too quickly, so it's not gradual, and the kind of the mind also doesn't get used to, because I played that game as well. And no, this is very methodical, very purposeful, but the same thing. I'm actually looking at wanting to be under 200 by May 31st. I think it's May. What's the Memorial Weekend? So
That would be the last weekend in May. Yeah.
yeah, and I have 21 pounds to go. So
Right. All
kind
right.
of
Well,
sticking right now. I'm doing these short term, kind of like these shorter term goals to see if I can make those. And as I make those, then I'll say, hey, I can do this. And the other thing I've done, and I put that out, my sons haven't responded yet. I'm on them like, on rice. But I want to do a Spartan race, like a 5K sprint with the 20 obstacles, not breaking any world records, just a completion. But I want to do it with my sons.
Brother,
So I
you're a
put that
Marine.
out to them.
Brother, you're a Marine. You can do a Spartan race standing on your head.
Yeah, so I'm trying to get them to do it too, though, and a couple of them really need it, frankly. And I've been in their knickers about that too, and and putting it out there like, hey, let's have some competition with the old man, that kind of thing. Kick their ego a little bit to see if they'll get off the pot and do something together like that, and something on the West Coast, something that we can all get to relatively easily because we're all strewn throughout the West Coast. And realistically, within 11 hours of driving, I can be just about anywhere from northern Washington to southern California.
There you go.
I can go a half day's drive and be there. So that's cool with me. Or if we go eastwardly into Nevada or places that. So that's where I'm going.
Excellent. You got this, man. You got this. Keep us posted.
Oh, yeah.
Keep us posted, brother.
I'm still waiting on my rower, too, by the way.
Yes. That'll help. I can tell you. Rowing machine workouts are not funny. They're not. But, no. Rowing machine workouts are not funny, and they are extremely effective. Caroline, what's happening, ma'am? What are you willing to give up?
Hey, well, I wasn't here last week, so I haven't been working on anything in that kind of structured questions. So, but I just want to share something because maybe what I'm giving up is more to do with my bad habits. So I'm giving up procrastination. I'm giving up inertia and sloth and laziness, and I'm giving up not believing in myself. So today, look what I've been creating to go on my wall. Can you read this? Is it backwards?
Dream, believe, create, love it.
So that's one of my inspirational things. It's going to, and this is a collection of things that I'm sure people will remember from various sessions.
Courage, not conformity. Happiness is a choice I make. Practice makes permanent. I don't believe in circumstances. Ooh.
So that's just what I wanted to share because I'm feeling positive. And I became an investor today as well. I've invested in a stocks and shares ISA today. So bring it on. That's my future and rolling.
Outstanding. Outstanding. Well done, you. She's giving up limiting beliefs. That's something to give up, isn't it? Heck yeah. And Caroline, you reminded me, of course, y'all knew the Star Trek reference was coming, right? You knew the Star Trek reference was coming. One of the Star Trek films, Captain James T. Kirk utters what is one of my guidelines for living. He says, I don't believe in the no-win scenario. Mm-hmm. Let me say that again so y'all can write it down. I don't believe in the no-win scenario. Take that home and think about it for a minute. Okay, question number 3. Thank you, Caroline. Thank you for reminding us. It's time to give up some limiting beliefs. What do y'all think? Question number 3. Please tell me one person that you're going to associate with this year who will help you get what you want. Who's ready? Somebody name one person for me. Who's one person? Maybe you've already been hanging out with this person. Maybe, and by the way, associating means either in person or on Zoom or in the form of reading this person's books or interacting with this person's podcast or whatever it might be. Name me one person that you're going to be spending some serious time with this year who can help you get what you want. I'll tell you one of mine. I'll tell you right now, one of mine. I intend to spend a good deal of time this year with a guy named John C. Maxwell. Anybody ever heard of John C. Maxwell? I've just started one of his books. Ego knows what I'm talking about. I've just started one of Reverend Maxwell's books. It's called Good Leaders Ask Great Questions. Oh boy, it's a good one already. Okay, Mark, who are you going to be hanging out with this year, my friend?
I'm looking at the whole crowd of who I'm going to be hanging out with every day this year. But I got them right in front of me, and a few more, in fact, and the fearless leader, the magnet himself. So that's who I'm following, and that's who I'm going to be around, because this is what's been helping me this whole year. So
Works for me.
That's who I'm sticking with, man. I'm not going to rock the boat. Maybe that's kind of a negative inference, but I don't look at it that way. I think not rocking the boat in this case makes perfect sense to me. Sticking with this crowd.
Come on, Glenn. Come on, Glenn. It ain't broke. Why are you trying to fix it? Hang out with the mastermind. Hang out with the Lavenia mastermind. Let's go. Nice. I love it, Mark. Father Benison, what do you say? Who are you associating with, my friend?
Lieutenant Colonel Mark, we are going to lose that weight, and I'm going to be doing the Couch to 5K. Well, they reckon that within about 9 weeks. So, and I'm on the bike every 20 minutes every morning at the moment. And the other, and she's not on at the moment, but Emma Jordan, she helped us to yesterday to plan our 12-week year yesterday. So we've got a quarter, well, starting today, really, our first quarter today. And then we've all of our business plans are into this now. So Emma Jordan's the other person. So that's it, really. But definitely across the pond is Mark. Help me, and I'm going to help him.
Fantastic. Fantastic. I can't wait. You guys are writing, you gentlemen are writing the most phenomenal physical fitness success story. This is going to be mind-blowing. Everybody ready to cheer and standing ovation for these dudes? Heck yeah. I'm looking forward to it. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, indeed. Phenomenal. So somebody drops in the who are you going to associate with? Somebody says Shannon Lavenia. What do you think, John? You think Shannon's a good person to hang out with to achieve success? I'm telling you, this woman is a stone. Y'all, pardon me. Our friend, your friend and mine, John's better half, Shannon Lavenia. This is a stone badass right here. I'm telling you, this woman has whooped my behind more than once to move me further along the road to success. So if you can manage to spend some time on the line with Shannon Lavenia, do it. Am I right or am I right? Okay. Okay. What do you want? What are you willing to give up to get it? Or who are you willing to give up to get it? Who are you going to associate with? I have said that I'm going to be spending some time with John C. Maxwell. I'm also intending to spend a bit more time with my good friend John Lavenia, because I know that from the time we have been associated up to this point, there's a whole bunch of stuff that this man can teach me. And I'm ready, man. I'm ready to go for it. A lot of stuff I wasn't ready to go for before, ready to go for it now. And John's gonna get me. He has already helped me along the way, and it's going to continue. So, John, just expect to see my truck rolling up the driveway soon enough. So anyway, then there's that. Also, I have actually removed in the past 6 months, I've probably removed 10 people from my life. People, very nice, well-meaning people, the relationships with whom were no longer serving me. And obviously, I won't call their names. Some of them, friends that I had met recently, whose the conversations had just become complete time wasters. Some of you will understand when I say that a couple of those people whom I've removed from my life are actually blood relatives. I'll put it that way. Because the old saying goes, right? What's the difference between friends and family? You get to pick your friends. And just because I share the same blood, just because I share the same family heritage with someone, doesn't mean we have to be friends. So, love, respect. Yeah, you're my brother, cousin, aunt, uncle, whatever it might be. And I wish you all the very best that life has to offer. Live long and prosper. You see what I'm saying? So, question number 4. Now let's get into a few minutes of mechanics. You got a plan? Are you working your plan? Are you willing to at least start working your plan? Somebody tell me about your plan. Somebody tell me about like one thing, one physical thing that you can do or are doing to help you get what you want. I'll start. Got this rowing machine. My commitment is minimum of 4 workouts a week. Minimum 4 workouts a week. I'm on it so far. So 4 workouts a week. Ideally, 6 days a week, take Sundays off. That's what I'm looking for, the target by the end of the year. Right now, 4 workouts a week. Who else? Tell me something you're doing, something you're prepared to do, something you're at least willing to consider doing. Let us know and we'll talk you into it. What are you willing to do? One thing you see, I kind of suspected this was going to happen. Okay, yeah, what do you want? Yeah, I got this big goal. Yeah, fantastic. Oh yeah, screw you, man. I'm on my way to my goals. I'm removing you from my life. I'm going to hang out with the big players. I'm hanging out with the John Lavenias. Okay, now what are you going to do? Check, please. When it comes time to, yeah, John.
So yeah, you're putting everybody on the spot right now, which is kind of cool in a
I
way.
know, and I know, and people are like, "Come on, Glenn."
Yeah, but hold on a second here. I think in some ways, as you were asking that, I was thinking, all right, well, what did I already do? Rather than just tell you what I'm going to do, what am I doing? Mm-hmm. And so yes. In this past week, I took on another major sales program where I'm doing consulting work. I had to cram all their data. It's been cram, so I can get the marbles out of my mouth and talk. So I just engaged in that. I just, as of yesterday, hooray for me, got licensed as a ham radio operator. Thank you. Took two levels of examination, aced them both within like 25 minutes flat. So, and I got my call sign, which is a laugh. I don't know if anybody knows what I'm talking about. If anybody knows what I'm talking about, every radio station has to have its own call sign, right? Remember old Wolfman Jack, WOLF.
Heck yeah.
So each region has different call signs. Anyway, mine almost spells the word turd, which is interesting. So it's kind of a laugh. It's easy to remember. So I was telling some of my ham radio friends about it. And they were like, "Oh, you got to change that call sign." I'm like, "No way, that's mine. I am, yeah." So anyone's on the airwaves, you'll hear King John the Seventh Turd. That's
King John the Seventh Turd. Nice.
Yeah, right. But these are things that took preparation and commitment, right? And like learning. I think what am I willing to do about it, right? That's the question. What am I doing about it? What am I demonstrating right now that I am doing about whatever I say is important to me? Why am I interested in radio? Well, that's a preparedness thing for me, right? What if the interwebs go down? What if this? What if that? So a lot of you know that, and we've done sessions on this, preparedness and yada yada. Okay, so that's just another thing. Why would I be cramming in all this data on this sales gig? Because I intend to buy that property this year, right? So I've got multiple streams of income. I've got multiple things coming in, but I can't take control of those streams of income if I don't know how to, right? So learn stuff, right? We've often talked about how responsibility and control go hand in hand. Well, I think underlying all of that is you've got to know how to accept the responsibility and have control, right? If I don't know what to do, well, that's pretty irresponsible, right? So learn stuff. So I think that's why we're reading the books. That's why we're showing up here again and again, right? That's why we're in these conversations, and that's why we're executing on the 4 workouts a week, right? Which could turn into 7. I mean, my goodness, did you eat today? Did you sleep last night? Well, hit the friggin' rowing machine, man. Do something. 10 minutes, anything. 10 minutes is infinitely better than 0 minutes, right? All right, I'm done talking.
Fabulous. Yeah. What have you done? Don't tell me what you're going to do. Tell me what's that old saying? Don't tell me about the labor pain. Show me the baby. Yeah, or
it was tell me what you intend to do, but show me first. Right.
Nice, man. I love it. Mandy, what are you thinking, ma'am?
Hi again. Right. So I put my second 12-week plan together yesterday. Basing it on what I hadn't done right in the first 12-week plan, but working on the 12-week year, and myself and Emma are in an accountability group now that we're meeting every week and hold each other accountable. In that, I have got relating to I've got some financial ones in there that are also my goals. So in there, I've got everything to do with my products, and I need to get them done by within that 12 weeks. And also losing the weight as well. But I've got down here that I've joined the Joe Wick 90-day plan, and I'm going to exercise each day for 15 to 30 minutes every day, because at least 15, because I'm not doing enough exercise, and I know that, and so I definitely want to do that. But also related to the earlier thing I said, which I did think was quite funny yesterday, but it's great really. But so I'm going to spend 15 to 30 minutes every day on my dating sites, so that I can, but at the moment I'm not going on them enough. And I'm going to email or like 3 men per week from the various dating sites.
Taking action towards your goal. I love it. I love it. I had one time, I was with a different business venture, different sales organization. And, one of the things you could achieve in this business venture was a status, a position that they referred to as diamond, big time, right? Serious money. And there was a young lady who was part of this, who was single and had not married anyone or whatever, and she asked somebody in the organization, well, how do I meet a good man, and I'm driving toward this business goals and everything, and sometimes I might be intimidating to a guy, what do I do? And the person said, it's very simple. Just go diamond and then make yourself available in the right circles. So you are driving towards your goals, Mandy. I would venture to guess that you keep moving and taking action in aid of becoming the woman that you wish to be, and the right man will find you. Now there's a thought.
Anybody on this site?
And it's kind of relaxing a kind of a relaxing thought, isn't it? An encouraging thought that, you know, all I need to do is what I need to do, and the right man will find me. Hello. So I know, and John is absolutely right. I know that I am putting us on the spot to declare what we're doing, what we have done, what we intend to do starting this afternoon or whatever it might be. And now, yes, I realize I'm putting us on the spot. Yeah, you know what? Sorry, not sorry. Why? Because nothing works until you do. Information is worthless without implementation. I mean, I could go on with the corny old bromides all day. Willing is not enough. We must do. Speaking of doing, let us hear from the money mama who's doing some money. Lindsay Dollar, what's happening, lady?
Hey, I've added a morning run to my schedule. So that's, I couldn't jump out there, but yeah, I run at night usually. But I've added a morning run to it. So I'm adding a couple of miles.
Excellent. Yeah, so, isn't it interesting? You've made the point very clearly just by that one simple thing that you said, Lindsay. If you think about it, usually the things that we really need to do, the most important, the most efficient things toward our goals are almost always very simple things. 2-mile run every morning. Just keep doing that. A couple months, you never know what might happen. 4 workouts a week, 15 minutes a day on a dating site. You know, putting down that glass of bourbon today, Lieutenant Colonel. Look back and look, you know, 90 days from now, look back. Holy moly, I can't believe I accomplished all. Well, yes, you can believe it because you took action to accomplish it. And so this is the confidence that we want to come up as we come down the home stretch here. This is the confidence that we want to walk in as we continue to consider, continue to flesh out and clarify our answers to these 4 questions. I know what I want. I know exactly what I want. I know what I need to give up. As a matter of fact, I've already given it up to get what I want, at least for today. Mr. KFC, I'm giving up what I need to give up to get what I want. I've already chosen my mastermind. I know who I'm going to associate with. I know who I am, and I know whom I need to remove from my life. In fact, I've already removed most of them. You kind of feeling the sense of how I'm saying this. You're picking up what I'm putting down, and I got my plan. It's laid out right here, step by step, hour by hour, day by day, 90-day plan, 12-week year. I know where I'm going to be, 6 months, New Year's Eve. I can already see it. It's so close. My goals so close. I can taste them because I have clarity now. I know exactly where I'm going. I know exactly what it's going to take, and I'm moving down the road. Isn't that a good feeling? Isn't that a good feeling to begin with the end in mind, Mr. Book Study Leader Lavenia? You know where you're going. You know how you're going to get there. You know what it's going to take to get there. So where's the fear? The emotion of fear will always be there. The good news is we don't ever need to act out of our fear. We can act out of our confidence. We can act out of our power, our love, our sound mind. And in the full confidence that knowing where we are going is half the journey. Whew. When I get an amen, somebody. Listen, unless somebody's got a One more thought burning a hole in the pocket of their mind. We're about to wrap it up for today. Let's review just a little bit with the housekeeping. It's the Hospitality Suite, Books for Britain at 2 p.m. Eastern, Life and Business Tools at 6 p.m. Eastern with Adrian. Me, myself, and I back with you at 9 p.m. Eastern time. It has been so much fun. And please make the answers to these 4 questions a habit knit part of your lifestyle. Because the more clarity we can achieve on these, the more clarity, the more clearly and sharply we can focus on our target on the horizon, the more efficiently, and you might be surprised, quicker we'll get there. Thanks so much, y'all. It was such a pleasure spending this session with you. If you're going someplace like I'm going someplace, I'm going to tell you right now, drive it like you stole it. Live long and prosper, my friends. We'll see you very, very soon. Bye for now.